1, go. Hello there everybody, this is Gerald Snivy and welcome back to more Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 3 Chain of Memories. Today we're going to be continuing our ascent through the different basement floors as Riku and progress even further within his story. And in the last session, we pretty much raced through like the first several floors in this story, and we're all the way up on basement 7. And of course, we're going to continue our ascent from there. At the end of the last session, we got several more world cards from Ansem, which I don't even know how he got his hands on them, but I digress. Anyhow, the worlds we got are Atlantica, Olympus Coliseum, Wonderland, and Halloween Town. And I gotta say this, Wonderland, what? Wonderland is probably the worst world in the entire game for Riku for one reason, but we'll cross that path when we get to it. Halloween Town, I think I'm gonna do this one first. The reason is because this world is like the largest world in the entire game for Riku. There's a lot of rooms that he has to navigate through to not only get to the boss, but also get to the Conqueror's Reprisal room. And you're going to be traveling through a very, very large circular path. So we might as well go and get started right now. So, welcome to Halloween Town, everyone. And oddly enough, Riku has a slightly different appearance here. How so? I'm not too sure. He never really visited Halloween Town, and even if he did, he's not exactly protecting World Order. Now is he? Instead, he's more or less in line with his regular self, except it's just darker looking. He's just darker looking, that's all. That's it. Nothing really that much different about him whatsoever. I do like the darker look on Riku in all honesty, but anyway, the dark look, it's not only applied to Riku, but it's also kind of applied to Mickey as well. Still coughing up crap. Ugh, I've just been having this cough since yesterday, and it's just driving me nuts. And earlier this morning, my voice did not want to cooperate with me, so that was kind of lame. Due to that fact, I was considering canceling today's stream, and maybe if I do cancel it, I would play something else and not really talk all that much. I mean, it was something I was thinking about, but as the morning went on, my voice got better, so no need to worry about that whatsoever. No need to worry about cancellations, unless they're absolutely necessary and something happens. So, just like the rest of the worlds, enemies will be harder to take out, they'll have more HP, and they'll deal more damage. As far as difficulty spikes are concerned in this place, it's not too bad. Like I said, you just have a huge gauntlet that you have to go through in order to get through Halloween Town in its entirety. This is a pretty damn good world to work on leveling up Riku because of the fact there are so many rooms. And here... Okay. I was wrong. I was wrong on the rooms. Oops. Usually when I take on Halloween Town, for some weird reason, this place was always gigantic. Maybe it's because I took on Halloween Town now that the map is compensated for that fact alone. Maybe the maps of which Riku has to go through within the different worlds change. They change in size and scope as you're going through the game, so if you want to go through Halloween Town now and not having to worry about it later, go for it. It's just the way the maps are laid out, it's kind of weird. And to be quite frank, it looks like this map that we have here is similar to the one that we had in the last room. In fact, it's kind of the exact same. However, if memory is serving me correctly, when I went through Atlantica and I had the same exact layout, the rooms were split up in a fork right here within this room. However, as I went through the other rooms within this straight line, it led to a dead end. So I had to backtrack and start making rooms over here and over here respectively. I wonder if that's going to be the same case here, but then again, maybe not. Only way to find out is just to go through and see what we can do. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of one of these and hop right on in. I can always use some more map room cards, that's for sure. And some more save room cards can also be very beneficial. There is one other thing I haven't pointed out yet, and that is the random Joker card. That cannot be acquired via the roulette wheel at all. So, yeah, if you're hunting that particular card down, you're not going to get it there. When it comes to hunting down a random Joker card for 100% completion, it's, that'll work. Barely won the duel, but whatever. I don't care. I win. What was I saying before? Shoot. I don't think I have Teeming Darkness yet. So let's go for it. Might as well, right? Okay, need a 4 and a 1. 41. Okay. I thought I heard voices. I think they're coming from downstairs. In which case, I think we have guests. I could have sworn my mother told me that my aunt was stopping by just to pick up something. And I think that's exactly what she's doing. Not too sure. I don't quite remember what's going on exactly, but either way, that's what's happening right now.
Like it. Take this.
And like I said, Halloween Town can be considered a really difficult a difficult world to navigate through due to the enemy types that you're encountering within the rooms. You can always you can always take the safety route and just not worry about fighting any enemies whatsoever, but granted, you won't have very many safety cards to use. Excuse me. As far as target prioritization is concerned with this particular world, try to take out the flowers as soon as possible, just due to the fact that they're annoying to deal with. And they also have a tendency to attack with high-value cards and trip you up. Thankfully, if they trip up Riku, nothing happens. It's just, you know, they'll just be tripped, and he'll be left vulnerable for a little bit of time, but other than that, it's just a mild inconvenience, nothing more. But it can still be quite dangerous. Also, don't bother going for that axe on that little, I don't even know what that thing is called, but I know they used that. I know people have used that in, like, the early 1900s, 1800s, something like that. It's a very, very old device that is used for executions of people who committed crimes like murder and robberies and basically a lot of different crimes. It was a different time when executions was the norm of punishing individuals. However, we became more humane as time went on. However, we still have the death penalty in many instances. Well, okay. When I say we have the death penalty in many instances, I mean like in multiple states. Not all states in the US have the death penalty. In fact, not very many do. I don't quite remember which ones have it and which ones don't. And I really do not want to get into my own personal stance on the death penalty whatsoever because, personally, this isn't the time or the place for that. It really isn't. And that's one of the big rules of not only YouTube, but also commentaries in general. Do not talk about politics. Because 1, nobody cares. 2, if you're on the wrong side of the argument, then, well, you're going to be in some serious trouble. That is for sure. Excuse me. Here we go. Another level up already. Sweet. One thing I've always wondered, what would Riku look like as one of those, as like a creature from the Nightmare Before Christmas? Like, what would his costume be like? Would it be similar to Sora's? Or would it be something completely original? I'm kind of hoping for the latter, but that's just me. And I don't even know if Riku is even going to go to Halloween Town in Kingdom Hearts 3 or not. A lot of things seem to point towards the fact that Riku is going to be in the Dark World looking for Aqua. And if you want to know who Aqua is, she's a character in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. She's one of the 3 main protagonists. And we'll get into Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep when the time comes. Right now, though, we got enemies to fight here within Chain of Memories, and we need to take them all out.
Take this. Like it. Take this.
Go.
Your Majesty. Come on.
Damn it. Stupid flower.
Darkness. Your Majesty.
That'll work.
Come on.
Just what I needed. Whew. Teeming Darkness. That's not too bad for a room. But even so, Teeming Darkness does contain a ton of Heartless. And thankfully, that's all there is to it. It's just a large room filled with Heartless. Heartless of different varieties, different kinds, and they don't get any enhancements, but neither do you. It's pretty neutral. A neutral room filled with enemies. Gotta say, I love the room because of the fact that you have such a good opportunity to level up because of the large number of enemies. Okay, as for this particular enemy card, the mummy-like enemy, what he does is relatively simple. He allows you to float around in the air and jump really, really high too, as if you're in space. How high can you go? Well, pretty ridiculously high if you ask me. Is the card really that useful? Well, no, it really isn't. It doesn't have a lot of combat prowess use. It's not really that useful in combat, in my personal opinion. I mean, it doesn't enhance your deck, or decrease the power of the enemies, or hurt them, or do anything whatsoever. It just enhances your mobility a bit by allowing you to jump really high into the air. And it also allows you to float down really, really slowly, hence the name. That'll work.
Your Majesty!
Thanks, Mickey. I definitely needed that. A lot. I really did. Hi. Random enemy coming out of frickin' nowhere. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, hi. Time to duel, and time to die. Man, I love the duel system so much. I really wish it was incorporated in Sora's story, too. I mean, that would have really made things a huge game changer. Especially for Sora. But then again, that would probably make things way too easy. Especially with his flexibility in customizing his deck. While Riku doesn't have that luxury. But, hey. I can only dream, am I right? Plus, I'm sure people have modded this game, or the PlayStation 2 version of it, or even the PS3 version of the game for that matter. Bye-bye. God, I love Dark Mode so much. You can really go ham on the enemies while in the mode. Just keep in mind, if you take too much damage, you will be knocked out of it. In which case, you're going to be in trouble. And usually when you're knocked out of Dark Mode anyway, you'll just be in the critical HP state. Though that's not always the case. Especially with the circumstance of having your cards break while you're in Dark Mode. If your cards are broken in Dark Mode, you lose DP, and if you lose them all, well then you go back to normal. Just like as if you're taking damage.
Your Majesty! Come on!
Well, I guess one other thing I kind of don't like, on my television at least, I can't really see Riku's HP bar too well in Halloween Town. Because I mean, I can kind of see it in some certain circumstances. Oh my god, I can't speak. Holy crap. What's wrong with me? Okay. Let's see. What's next? 5 or above. Wow, 10 almighty darkness robes. Oh. Well, at least I got plenty of these, and you know what? I'm up for a challenge. Let's have some fun. I mean, I got so many of these damn almighty darkness cards, I might as well use them. In some instances, but just be sure not to use them while you're traversing through certain worlds. Wonderland and Traverse Town come to mind immediately. As far as other worlds are concerned, I can't really think of other worlds off the top of my head.
Take this.
One thing I definitely love about Riku's playthrough of Halloween Town is the fact that his deck for the world is a high roller deck, and that is something I love. And it's my preferred play style. I'm a high roller. I like using high valued cards practically all the time. And really, it's the best way to play the game in my opinion. There we go. I'm surprised it was just the 2 shadow enemies, and we've already reached the maximum number of map cards we can carry in the entire frickin' game. Wow, isn't that something? Yeah, that totally wasn't so surprising whatsoever. It's almost as surprising as seeing how much money I can save by switching to Geico. Yeah, hashtag not that. Don't work.
Come on! Darkness!
I'm surprised the first attack didn't activate dark mode. Whatever. Anyway, enemies destroyed. Let's move on. There is one thing I guess I will go ahead and talk about briefly, and that is, yesterday I mentioned that I purchased the PlayStation 4 Pro, and according to the shipping information, it should be arriving tomorrow. Tomorrow, which is Monday, the 19th of February.
Your Majesty! Come on!
And alongside the PS4 Pro, I also got a couple of games for it.
Like it!
And the games I got were Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix and Okami HD. Now you may be thinking to yourself, why did I get another copy of this collection? Well, the reason for that is quite simple. It's because when I hook up the PS4 Pro and transfer everything over to the new system, I'm going to give away my old PS4 to my sister, and I'm going to give it to her for her birthday. So all the new stuff that's coming with the PS4 Pro, including the, well, okay, maybe not the HDMI cable, but definitely everything else, including the power plug, the new controller, and everything else in between, I'm going to be giving that to her because I'm a nice guy and I've been wanting to more or less do something special for her. Because right now she's living with her boyfriend back in Maryland, but after the lease ends, we're not exactly too sure what's going to be happening between the two of them. And I really don't want to get into too many details because that's none of my business, and this isn't the time or the place for that. But needless to say, my sister and her boyfriend share an Xbox One, and whenever my sister's home and she's not working, she likes to play the Xbox One. And so I figured that maybe giving my sister another console would be just another way to enhance things or make things better. And I really don't want to go any further detail than that. So the TLDR of it is, I bought the PS4 Pro so I can give my old one to my sister for her birthday. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a hand-me-down, but hey, the system works, she's getting it for free, and she's getting a couple of games for it too, so it makes me happy seeing that she's happy. She and I have always been close, and we're still very, very close to this very day. And I still miss her as well. With her being in Maryland, me being in Maine, every day I miss her. Here we go. Also, another thing worth pointing out, I did mention that I also bought a couple more new games recently too. And those games I bought like a day after I bought the PS4 Pro. And those games I bought are for the PC. I bought Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age for the PC, and I bought Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition. More or less, I pre-ordered that game, and I bought Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age with it. The reason was because, well, the PC version of Final Fantasy 15 is going to be the definitive version. That much I can guarantee. Because of the fact that it can run at 60 frames per second at native 1080p with no issues. Unlike the PS4 Pro, which can't really do that. It can go up to 60 frames per second when you're looking at the ground, but everywhere else, not so much. It's more like hanging around the 40s, around the mid-30s to lower 40s in FPS. But the PC version is going to be a smooth 60 for the most part. Maybe with a couple of frame drops here and there, but hey, that's just PC gaming in general. Sometimes frame drops happen, especially in games that are not very well optimized. But hey, that's just me. Alright, let's go and get rid of some of these cards. Boom. Done. Perfect. Alright, time to fight Oogie Boogie. Get down on it. Yeah, here we go. And Oogie Boogie will work the same exact way as Sora's fight. So it's all about breaking. It's all about breaking his cards when he throws his dice down, and waiting for the gimmick card to appear. That'll work. Perfect.
Take this.
Okay, well that kind of sucked. So yeah, you just gotta wait for Oogie Boogie to throw down the dice. Wait for the... Just pull out an 8 card or whatever the value is, or just break the card. Don't initiate the duel.
Like it. Your Majesty. Come on.
Also, the power of Mickey Mouse isn't really gonna help you too much here. I mean, it'll help you recover your deck quickly, but it's not going to be, like, game-changing or anything.
Take this.
God damn it. Perfect. Perfect timing. Just what I was looking for.
Take this.
Okay, so note to self. Air combos execute faster than ground combos. Oh yeah, way to lay down the frickin' pain. And with that, Oogie Boogie is down. Yeah, man, it feels good. It feels good to take down the ghouliest of ghouls and doing it relatively easily. More or less treating him like he's my bitch. Man, it's fun. You have no freaking idea. But, of course, we're still not quite done with Halloween Town just yet. I mean, we're done for the most part, but we still need to create the rooms to connect to the Conqueror's Reprisal and exit the world. We can't just go back to the world entrance and just leave, because that's just not the way it works here. Not in Halloween Town. You just have to make a very long journey, a very long trek, all the way back to Halloween Town.
Your Majesty, come on! Like it!
Excuse me. Oh, another level up, just in time too. Kinda wish I would have gotten it during the Oogie Boogie fight, but, whatever. That's okay. Doesn't matter to me. Level 27 is a good level to be at this point in time. Really, it's a good idea to raise your attack as much as possible. And whenever you get the chance to raise it to the frickin' roof. Also, we have some new viewers here. And I can't exactly pull up the viewer list at this point in time. Well, I probably could if I pause the game and just pull it up, but anywho, whoever's here, welcome to the stream. We just defeated Oogie Boogie here in Halloween Town, and I was thinking that this place had the largest map in the entire game, and Workin' Wario, welcome to the stream. And as I was saying, we defeated Oogie Boogie. We've practically finished up Halloween Town in its entirety. We just need to head for the exit. But in order to get there, we need to create the rooms necessary to do so. And we're gonna have to create 3 rooms. Okay, what should we do here? Well, I got a million of these cards, so boom, there you go. Might as well get in some fights while I can. Maybe we'll pick up another level up or 2 along the way. There we go. I haven't mentioned this yet, but there is one more game I did purchase recently. Alongside Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy 12 for the PC, I've also picked up Yooka-Laylee yesterday. Yesterday I bought Yooka-Laylee with some money I've been saving up in my PayPal account. Using the money I've been making from YouTube videos for like the past few months, I saved up about $22, and Yooka-Laylee was on sale for about $20. So I figured, why the heck not? I went ahead and bought the game. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I will download it soon. Most likely it's going to be after the stream. Well, I know the feeling of having internet that's practically hit and miss. Speaking of which, several years ago when I was living in Maryland, my mother had Verizon Fios for our internet, and it was a pretty different time, but not that much different compared to today's standards, but still fairly different. Anyway, we had internet that was like borderline unreliable. It would go out randomly at random intervals for no reason. And that was incredibly annoying. Like, I was a pretty young kid, and when that happened, it really brought my blood to a freaking boil. It was like, why? Why is this happening? Why does this happen randomly? And keep in mind, I was a young kid. I didn't have a computer on my own yet. I was more or less sharing my mother's computer, and each and every freaking time the internet went out, I was pissed. And here's another little funny story. I don't know, I think this was around the same sort of time frame. We did have a little bit better internet, that's for sure, but I think it was one of the more old school kind of internets running at a 2.4 gigahertz network bandwidth infrastructure. I know that sounds really complicated, and trust me, it is, but bear with me on this. Anyway, every time the telephone would ring downstairs, the internet would instantly get disconnected. And that that really pissed me off. Every time the phone would ring, the internet would just die. It would just die on me. And it would die for the entire duration in which the telephone was ringing, and even during the phone call. So, in all honesty, I think I was using dial-up. Well, not me, but we were using dial-up at the time. And trust me, dial-up is still very prevalent and it's still around. But it's not it's just not as commonplace as cable or fiber optic internet. That's for sure. And trust me, I'm really thankful that fiber optic networking and even cable networking has come as far as it did over the years. That's for sure. Okay. There was one other story I kind of wanted to talk about too, and this also involves the internet, and this occurred only a couple years ago, and that was, again, when I was living in Maryland. The internet we had, it was again, very unreliable and spotty. My desktop PC did have like a wireless card installed on the device since I couldn't move my computer next to the modem or router that was downstairs on the opposite side of the house. And because of the connection inconsistencies, it was not a fun time. It really wasn't. The internet was really, really spotty, and a lot of times, like, nothing would load, like, hardly ever. It just wasn't a fun time. And since we moved up here, the internet has become a lot more reliable. I mean, granted, it's with Time Warner, aka Spectrum, but even so. Spectrum kind of is like the equivalent to Comcast here in Maine. So it's either Spectrum or Comcast throughout the majority of the United States. Kind of sad, but whatever. That's just a corporate monopoly and how that works, I guess. But... oh damn, that hurt. Now what am I to talk about? To be quite honest, I'm not too sure at this point in time. I'll think of something. Let's see. As far as doing anything this week is concerned, or this past week, I really haven't done much of anything. Other than what I mentioned yesterday of reworking... I hear Comcast sucks. Well, it depends on the area of which you're living in. And yeah, a lot of times they can suck. Still trying to think here. Jeez. Still haven't really thought of anything to talk about, which is really bad. Don't want to be silent this entire time, and that's not exactly something I want to do. But, okay, HP increase. I don't know if I increased it last time or not, and just to be on the safe side, figured might as well. I know it's kind of weird that I keep losing track of what levels I've upgraded for each and every level up. And I don't even know how some people even have a system in place. Especially while you're in the middle of playing the frickin' game and these levels just simply happen on the spot. I just don't get it. How does that work? Well, either way. These systems can sometimes be complicated. It really depends on how the human mind can work. And it's different for each and every individual. Like, I know Slim Kirby has a pretty damn good system in place where he's keeping track of his own level ups in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Which, I gotta say, good on him. I really like his method. I never even thought about doing that sort of method myself. And I figured, you know, maybe I'll give that method a try when I play through the game myself, eventually. As far as which version I'm gonna play, I'm not too sure at this point. I am heavily leaning towards the remake, however, I haven't played it yet, and so I don't know what it's like. Okay. Interesting. Like I said, the internet provider that is only available in this area is Time Warner, aka Spectrum. And I think I think Dish Network is also available, along with DirecTV. However, our apartment complex does not allow satellites to be installed, so we have to use Time Warner. So we're kind of stuck there, unfortunately. But hey, I'm okay with Time Warner. I mean, they're not the worst thing in the world. Sure, they charge you a month ahead, but whatever. I'm pretty sure a lot of companies do that anyway. A lot of cable companies, they charge you like 1 month in advance for like your cable bill, your internet bill, stuff of that nature. I don't know if that's absolutely true or not, but hey. I know it's true with Time Warner. And that's probably what I'm going to end up keep calling Spectrum. Because we knew them as Time Warner Cable, and even ever since the name change, it's still really hard to get used to calling them Spectrum. There we go. Thankfully, we don't have too much further left to go. Okay, 7 or higher. I wish I could use one of those, but I don't have enough. Dang it. Alright, let's just go with Lasting Days then. Perfect. Perfect, this was the last room I needed to get out of here. Also, I'm not too sure why, but I've been having this itch on the top of my left shoulder. It's been like this ever since I started streaming today. Why is that? I don't know. But either way, it's just a thing. Oops. That's what I want. I find it kind of odd that Riku doesn't carry the levels that Sora gained throughout his adventure, but then again, it kind of makes allowed to install satellite dishes. Oh, that's okay. We all have our off days of spelling, that's for sure. All I can say is thank God for auto-correcting software. Although it can be a bit confusing, especially if you're doing the whole misspelling of certain words intentionally just for comedic value, like that face dough. You know what I mean? So, yeah, in the end, auto-correction software, good sometimes, but sometimes when you just want to be funny, it kind of ruins the fun. It just makes you look like a freaking idiot. Bye-bye. 16 cards in Riku's deck in this world. That's quite a large number. Well, not the largest in the game, but certainly not the smallest. And trust me, we're going to get the smallest deck in the entire game relatively soon. In fact, I may even consider doing that really, really soon, like after we get out of here. But of course, we need to do so first. Which is literally a hop, skip, and a jump, and a little climb up the ladder, and bada bing, bada boom, we're home free.
Like it. Take this.
I guess one other thing I could talk about is that when I purchased Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age, I wanted to hop on, and sometimes autocorrect can be annoying. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying about autocorrect earlier. But anyway, as I was saying, when I purchased Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age on PC, yesterday, or the day before, rather, I hopped on to see if, see how high I can crank up the settings. And it turns out I can crank up the settings all the way to maximum and play the game at 60 frames per second with no frame drops for the most part. If anything, it may drop like a frame or two sometimes, but hey, those things happen sometimes, like they say. Yeah, not dealing with you now. I'm out of here. Excuse me. All I can say now, these next few worlds are probably going to go by really, really fast. And that's just due to the nature of Riku being a freaking badass. That, and there's not really a lot of story elements that are added within Riku's adventure. I mean, there are some story elements added here and there, but for the most part, it's just going through one floor and then going to the next one and just repeating the process over and over.
How can we help you, Vexen? It's not very often we see you topside.
I came to lend you a hand. You obviously believe this Sora has much potential, but I remain unconvinced he is truly worth such coddling. I think an experiment would show if he really is of any value to us.
Well, here we go again. It's just an excuse, so you can carry out your little experiments, that's all.
I'm a scientist. Experiments are what I do. Yes.
Whatever. You can do what you want. But you know, I think testing Sora is just a cover for testing your valet.
Valet? He's the product of pure research.
What he actually is a toy.
You should just learn to be quiet.
Anyway, since you came all this way, you're gonna need this. A humble gift to my elder. I hope you use it to put on a very good show for us. That card holds the memories of Sora and Riku's home.
It's just a card. What good is that?
With a little help from Naminé, you'll have all the real Riku's memories. Maybe we can get her to make you forget you're nothing but a fake. In other words, we'll remake your heart so you can be exactly the same as the real Riku, okay?
You want to remake my heart? The real Riku is a wimp who's afraid of the dark. What do I want with the heart of a loser?
Any objections, Vexen? After all, you do want to test Sora, don't you?
It must be done.
How can you? Are you betraying me?
I told you I would make good use of you, didn't I?
No.
Relax, kiddo. I don't think it's gonna hurt that much.
I'll hurt you! Ah!
Stupid little toy. Think you could defeat me? Where would you ever get a thought like that? But look on the bright side. Along with everything else in your head, Naminé will erase the memory of me knocking you flat. Instead, she will implant the loveliest little memories you could ever hope for. It's no big deal that they're all lies.
No. No!
Whoa, damn! Who knew that the Riku replica had fear? Wow, that is something. You know your experiment is a huge success if it could experience fear. It truly is something spectacular, that's for sure. Also just proves that Larkseed truly is the Wicked Witch of the West in the Kingdom Hearts universe. Okay, next stop is Wonderland. We're going to Wonderland next because this world gives you the hardest deck to use in the entire game. And you will soon see why, as soon as we get into the first battle. But hey, within Wonderland, this shouldn't take too long to complete. Then again, maybe it will take an eternity. Who knows? Okay, map doesn't seem too bad. But we'll have to wait and see how the rest of this plays out. So here we go. You see this? A lot of the cards we have are very low value, and we have only 9 cards in total. So that is really lame. So within this world, you're going to have to utilize not only slates, but you will have to utilize the duel system too. And you also have to pray to God that you can win these duels. However, executing a duel and winning it will yield great results. Trust me. So when it comes to target prioritization, this is incredibly important here in Wonderland. Wonderland, where's Alice? Well, she's not in Riku's story for some reason. Well, technically speaking, this is a memory of Riku's, and yet, how is it that he has memories of Wonderland, and yet we never seen him in the first game? Well, it was kind of like what I was saying yesterday about a possible theory that I have of Riku just simply spying on Sora as he made this journey through. There we go. Thankfully, whenever you do duel an enemy in Wonderland, they typically don't have cards higher than a 5. Typically. However, there is an exception to that rule, and that is if we happen to use one of King Mickey's cards to initiate the duel.
Your Majesty, come on!
If you initiate the duel with King Mickey, or if you use him at any point in the duel, then the duel will become impossible to win. Okay, target prioritization works like this. Take out the trumpet guys as soon as you can, because they're the most annoying enemies due to the fact that they can heal their allies. Plus, they can also possibly summon reinforcements. The major problem with fighting them is that they tend to wield cards 6 and above. Well, they tend to wield cards that are of a numeric value of 6. Well, not necessarily above 6, but even so. And also, do not use the Almighty Darkness card in this world at all. If you do, you're going to regret it. You're going to hate yourself for all of time. There we go. So yes, the TLDR of Wonderland is, you only have 9 cards, all of them are very low value, and duels are your best friend. Okay, in order to set up the first room, let's see. Here would probably be a good point to create a save point. As for here, not too sure. And the first room, I don't know either. Okay. Tranquil Darkness. Okay, let's go for it. I haven't used one of those in a while, so I figured why the heck not? Another thing we're pointing out too, the first strike initiative is your friend.
Your Majesty, come on!
Also, Mickey's your best friend too throughout this entire world, because at least he has a probability of having higher value cards, in which case you can use that to your advantage.
Out of my way!
Ooh. That'll work. Absolute perfect timing. I love it. And I also love the shockwave, how it, Holy Burst? Alright. I haven't mentioned this yet, but, there is a Dark Riku, variation of Holy Burst. And that version of the ability lasts way longer. And it's also easier to control. Well, actually, no, it's just as easy to control as the Holy Burst. But I'm just saying, the dark version of the move lasts way longer, and you can hit way more enemies with it. And it also deals more damage. So that's awesome. Perfect. As far as other target prioritization is concerned, if you happen to encounter flowers within Wonderland, take them out as soon as possible as well. If you encounter both the trumpet enemies and the flowers, try to take out the trumpet enemies first. Wow, okay. That'll work. Perfect. Okay. Where to first? I'm going this way. Okay, 3 or above. That doesn't seem too bad. Boom. Perfect. Feeble Darkness, I haven't used that one either in quite some time. And thankfully, these rooms are relatively small. I mean, Feeble Darkness can help you quite tremendously as you're navigating through Wonderland to make things more in your favor. And you don't have to worry so much about duels if you happen to suck at them. But hey, what can I say? When it comes to duels, spam. Spamming the X button with every card that you have until you win the duel is your best friend. And it's really the best way of getting through the duels and dealing the pain as fast as possible. Because with each and every duel, you only have about 3 to 5 seconds for the most part. And it takes a lot of time to go through the entire deck just to find the right cards and then execute the duel properly. It's just a pain in the ass.
Out of my way! Your Majesty!
Dang it. Alright.
Out of my way!
Bye. And everyone died. The end. I didn't help at all. Okay. Time for the fork room. Perfect. Just what I was looking for. We're already an hour into this session? Jeez, time flies when you're having fun and going through these worlds left and right. I gotta say, it's a really good time. It truly is. In my opinion, Riku... I've mentioned this several times already, but Riku's story is definitely the superior story. It's more fun, the combat system is way better, and I just wish this story lasted as long or longer than Sora's story, but hey, can't get what you want all the time. It's kind of sad, but whatever. Okay, for this room, what should we make? Well, I kind of want to do something like this. Okay, that'll work. Bottomless darkness. Let's just prepare the room and just walk away. That way we have the room prepared and ready to go for when we finish this world up. Okay, what should we make here? I would use that too, but I can't. This'll work though. Okay, here we go. It's time to get ready to finish up this world. We just got a few little things to take care of here, and here is one of those things. The frickin' Heartless. Another set of cards that can help you within this world is definitely the Material Waking. Once again, if you suck at duels, try to have the Material Waking cards in reserve and ready to go at any time. Once you do, boom. Unleash all those cards in the entire world. And it's also highly recommended that you go through and complete Wonderland as soon as you can. Like, make it one of the first worlds you conquer. And the reason why you should make it like that is because of the circumstances with your deck. With your deck having such low value cards and having low number of cards in general. It's a pretty big pain to get through with, especially the bigger map variations of Wonderland. So, in other words, just take care of the map now while it's small enough to easily navigate through. Damn it. God, stop being so freaking nimble, you stupid big bodies.
Your Majesty!
Yeah, I didn't think that would work. Well, whatever. It's not like it's the end of the world or anything. No. That's not in the first kingdom. That's not here at all. It's kind of weird how Sora never experienced a memory of the end of the world. Seriously, why was that not a thing incorporated in this game? Perhaps they didn't want to go through every single world. In fact, the only other world that was omitted in the game was definitely Deep Jungle. Just, I guess because Disney lost the license to Tarzan or something. And it's been like that ever since. Yet for some reason they were able to bring the world back within the HD Remix collections for both PS3 and PS4. So, I don't know what's going on. Perhaps they just don't have much of a use for Deep Jungle very much in the game. Which can make some sense. Because some worlds that we've seen in some of the other Kingdom Hearts games haven't made much of an appearance haven't made an appearance since they were debuted. But whatever. Oh, almost got hit with a by a frickin' flower. Of course. Okay. Apparently the shadow wanted to spoil my fun. Going in here with very little HP. Not exactly the best idea, but I think I'll be okay. Actually, now that I look at the preview screen on my monitor, I'm full of HP. Wow, didn't even notice. Okay, let's get rid of one of these. As far as the green cards. Boom. And let's begin. Time to take on the boss here within this particular place. And it is the Trickmaster, I think. Trickmaster? I think I called him the Trickster last time. Anyway, you want to duel this guy into the freaking ground. That is the best way to deal damage to him. Okay, that was a stupid idea. I'm surprised that even worked. I was like, where the hell are my cards? So yes, duels are the way to go within this boss fight. Just prepare yourself, keep moving, and whatever cards he throws down, don't break them, but rather just prepare for like cards like 1s, 2s. Prepare the counter cards 1 through 5. If he throws down to 6, just keep moving. Just keep moving and prepare to take evasive maneuvers. And also reload your deck every time you initiate a duel. That way you can always... Ah, crap! Too slow. Damn it. Oh, wow. That'll work.
Take this.
I'm surprised that even hit in the first place. And I think as the trickster or trickmaster's HP gets lower, he'll attack more frequently, and his attacks will become more and more fierce. Plus, the value cards get higher. Ah, you gotta be kidding me! Wow, that's not fair. Talk about horrible luck.
Take this.
Man, this isn't good.
Just me.
Come on, we gotta finish this now. Damn it. Whew.
Take this.
Man, I freaking love the duels. So, whoa, Jesus. I would go after the Mickey card, but it's kind of on the other side of the arena, and now it's kind of a lost cause. So we'll just have to make do and pray to God that this works. Oh, so close. This should finish it. Or I'm screwed. Yeah, I'm screwed. Fuck! Damn it! I just got screwed at the end of frickin' duel. God damn it. Man, talk about bad RNG. Lost the battle due to frickin' RNG. I love video games so much.
Yeah, like it.
Sometimes predicting this guy's attack pattern is pretty tricky. See what I did there? And even if it is kind of tricky, it's not the worst thing in the world. Wait. For the most part, they're pretty easy to predict. It really comes down to arm motions. I just realized I had a big body enemy card. Okay, so that's what it does.
Just me. Like it.
Guard, I think, protects you from the front. And I think it's only effective for like one reload. Haven't had a chance to show off regen yet. What that does, it'll slowly regenerate your health as you have very little of it, and it only has like 10 uses, so it only lasts for a certain period of time. So it doesn't last long, and in the long scheme of things, it doesn't heal very much HP. But any sort of healing whatsoever is still very useful.
Take this.
I really wish I could deal more damage on the ground. Okay, that's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't use the overdrive very much, if at all, while I was fighting him the first time. Definitely something I should have frickin' done.
Like it.
Oddly enough, when executing duels, it doesn't drain the attack counter. How is that even possible? Well, damn it. I would have dueled him there, but I was kind of in the middle of recovering. Oh crap, that skits. This guy is pretty dang difficult if you really think about it, but at the same time he's not too bad. It all is dependent on RNG, which is really bad to say. RNG means like, meaning it depends on what attacks he does, what's his attack pattern like, and what cards he'll use during your duel. You just have to pray to God he doesn't throw down like a third 5. Because if that happens, you're screwed. Damn it. Misread the attack. I'm surprised that even worked. I just wonder, oh shit. Didn't jump in time. God damn it! Why am I failing these jumps?
Just me.
Oh, thank God.
Like it.
Oddly enough, during this fight, there's this weird glitch that keeps happening, and that is sometimes when you go to reload your cards, it doesn't reload them all. It only reloads like about half of them.
Just me. Take this.
There we go. Damn! That was pretty painful, but at the very least he is finally defeated at long last. Maybe this itch I have on my shoulder is like from like a bug bite or something. Who knows? Anywho, it's the Trick Master. We got his card now. What does it do again? I kind of forgot. That's not good. Let me review it. It decreases the value of the enemy's card when your card is broken. Very useful card, yes. As far as practicality, it is pretty dang practical, but it does have a high cost, just like all the other enemy cards that you happen to have in your entire deck. Of course, this isn't applicable when it comes to Riku's story, but it is so when it comes to Sora's story. But I'm just saying. Come on then. Come on. Attack me. Thank you. Get a load of this. I'm surprised there's still some enemies alive.
Just me. Out of my way.
And there you go. Everyone's dead. Sleeping Darkness. Not bad. Not too bad of a card whatsoever. It really isn't. Alrighty. That's Wonderland for you. The worst world in the game for Riku, completed relatively quickly. But hey, that's Riku for you. He tends to do that a lot. Complete worlds like as if he was Sonic the frickin' Hedgehog. And just like I said in yesterday's play session when we started Riku's story, this will not take nearly as long to complete as Sora's story did. That is for sure. Sora's story was a lot more complex, there was more boss fights, and there was a lot more micromanaging.
Why so glum, Namine? Is there something that's been troubling you? Are you feeling awful about tinkering with Sora's memory? Or maybe you...
Cut it out, Larxene. Namine? She doesn't want to remember Sora.
Is that so?
Don't worry. Whatever's hurting you, I'll make it go away. I swear it on this. The good luck charm you gave me. See ya.
And so the memory manipulation of the Riku replica has begun.
That's just amazing. It's almost like you completely made his heart from scratch. Nice touch with the good luck charm. I didn't know you could use memories to transform objects like cards into keepsakes. You used the same trick on Sora, right? You changed Kairi's good luck charm with your magic, didn't you? It won't be long before Sora forgets about Kairi completely, and then he'll be all yours to...
He won't forget.
Huh?
No matter how much I change his memory, Sora will never forget Kairi. Memories of me, more false memories of me, will just make his feelings for Kairi even stronger than before. Because I'm the shadow of Kairi.
Oh!
What's your problem with that? That should be your incentive not to screw anything up. Just do a good job rewriting Sora's heart, then you can actually be somebody, and no longer just Kairi's shadow. You'll be real in Sora's heart.
Funny enough, as much as I hate Larxene, she's not wrong on that statement. And this is pretty much proven in towards the end game of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. But that's another tale for another time. And you want to know what they mean about Kairi's shadow? Well, that is a bit of a complex nature that we'll be diving into within Kingdom Hearts 2. I was like, which one was it again? That one, of course. Also in Kingdom Hearts 358, there were 2 days as well. Can't forget about that game as much as many people want to forget about its existence. I'm just saying. See what I did there? Okay, where to go to next? I think we should be going to Olympus Coliseum. Yeah, let's go there. That sounds like the best idea. Now we can clear up this set as fast as possible. I wonder what the map's going to be like here. Hopefully it won't be too big, but we'll have to wait and see. Anywho, welcome to Olympus Coliseum. How does Riku have the memory of this location here? Once again, most likely due to spying. Okay, looks like this one it looks like this particular place is not too hard to navigate through. It's just an L, pretty much. It's a weirdly shaped L formation for the map. So that's good news. Not too big of a map, and it's just the right size. It's perfect. As far as the deck is concerned, thankfully we don't have to worry so much about the low merit value cards that much. What we do have to worry about, however, are the duels. And thankfully Riku does have his high potion card with him. Yo, Rockhawk, welcome to the stream. How you doing? It's good to see you here. We completed several worlds already as Riku within this session within the past hour and a half. At this point, we completed Halloween Town and Neverland. And Neverland, the boss... you just got off work. Oh, cool. How was your day? Speaking of work, what do you do? What is your career? Well, anyway, as far as, you missed Halloween Town. It's alright. You can always view it later on the video on demand version, which I will be uploading to YouTube later. Oh, damn, that hurt. Okay, at least if the monkeys end up tripping you or something, nothing really happens to Riku. You just take a tiny bit of damage.
Take this! Darkness!
Okay.
Darkness!
You work at Arby's, but you're planning on trying to get a local PD into the local PD. Oh, wow. Okay.
Take this! Like it!
Well, I wish you the best of luck when it comes to that. Hopefully, you'll be able to get in. Of course, it won't be easy because I'm pretty sure you'll have to go through like some serious physical training through the police academy. And you'll have to learn quite a lot of stuff about the law.
Your Majesty! Come on!
Excuse me? Okay, where should we go first? Which room? Well, so many of these dang Sleeping Darkness cards. Not very many high numeric values. Some military PT while trying to get into the army. Okay. I never enrolled in any sort of military suite myself. In fact, even if I wanted to, I don't think I can because of the fact that I'm mentally disabled. Because of that fact alone, I can't really do anything in the military. Ah, damn it. Whatever. It's fine. It's not like the enemies deal like a truckload of damage or anything. No, that's not until later. Not until much later. And I don't even know how much further there's left in this game. I think after this point, Riku is going to be given the card to Destiny Islands or something. And that's when things really start to take off. Oh wow, okay. That'll work. 000, but that's totally fine. What a way to end it too. Ooh, wow, that's interesting. I also had no idea you had Asperger's. Very interesting indeed. I'm sure if the local police department gave you a chance, I'm sure you'll be able to do a lot of good for your community. Just so you know, it is very dangerous within the police force. Oh wow, never... Most people don't, and they never caught it until high school. Wow. Interesting. I wasn't diagnosed with autism until I was 1.5, when a therapist, oddly enough, told us that I should be looked at because I showed signs of the disability, and I practically fit every single category at the time. And keep in mind, during the 90s, autism wasn't really that well known. It was like one of those diseases or one of those disabilities that is just kind of swept under the rug. Yeah. Even then, it's more beneficial than... Ah, okay. Well, that's interesting, too.
Take this.
Oops.
Your Majesty, come on. Take this.
Okay, what should we talk about now? As far as plans for this week is concerned, I really don't have very many plans. To be completely honest with you, I really don't. I know it's kind of odd to say, but I just don't have too many plans. I think one thing I'm definitely going to do this week is I'm going to be hooking up my new PS4 Pro, and I'm going to be using that. So, next week you'll be seeing this game on brand new hardware. So that'll be nice. As far as what features are enhanced for the PS4 Pro, I think it's just native 4K, that's it. And even though 4K is nice, I can't really take advantage of that. 3 streams including starting a new game. Ooh. That sounds fun. Speaking of new games, I haven't really thought about what game I should be playing next after I finish up Rechain of Memories. Not exactly a good sign now, is it? But hey, I think that'll just create additional suspense. The thing I'm worried about it. Blind Run. I agree. I agree 100%. Okay, I will go ahead and give that a whirl. I mean, Chain of Memories itself on the Game Boy Advance is a fun game, and yeah, it may not have the same bells and whistles as the remake of the game on PS2, but it's still a fun game and also holds the same exact story. So even if you did own the Game Boy Advance version and maybe even the PS2 version, if not maybe one or the other, more difficult than the remake. Interesting. Well, ugh. I just coughed up some phlegm. Not good. As I said earlier on in the stream, I've been having this cough for like the past couple of days now. Thankfully, the whole runny nose thing is no longer a thing here. I'm no longer having a stuffy nose or a runny nose. So my sinuses should be all cleared up for now. However, I did take some allergy medicine earlier this morning just to be absolutely sure. And yeah. To be quite honest with you, I can't really say too much as far as difficulty is concerned when it comes to both the remake and the original Chain of Memories, but yeah, I do have a slightly easier time with the original Chain of Memories as opposed to the remake. And funny enough, there's also a piece of dialogue that was changed between the original and remake. Axel at one point during Sora's story says that it's gonna be one hell of a party. along with some other pieces of dialogue. Huh, you don't have the dual slates in the original? Wow! I did not know that. So the dual system was added only in the remake. I thought that was a part of the original as well. So, yeah. Definitely learning something new today for sure. What should we use? You know what? I haven't used one of these yet, so might as well. Still have dark mode slates and Mickey friend slates. That's true. I think part of my shirt is starting to fade a little bit. Well, dang it. Whatever, not gonna worry about that now. It's not like it's the... Okay, then I stand corrected. It might be more noticeable. Okay, screw this. I'm just gonna shut my curtain. Maybe this will improve the lighting. Yeah, it does. Majorly. Okay, problem solved. Crisis averted. So I apologize for that slight little technical mishap. Sometimes you will have technical difficulties, especially when dealing with a green screen. And my lighting conditions are, well, they're suitable. I'm kind of using like my own little light, a little lamp, not really much as far as lighting is concerned, but it's still something. And I'm also using a floor lamp with like 2 additional lights on it. It's like a floor lamp. That's what it is, it's a floor lamp. I think you can pick one of those up at Walmart for about maybe $20 or something, if that. Not too much money. And I pretty much have to have it set up a certain way in order to light the green screen properly, because most streamers tend to, personally don't bother with a green screen. Well, not a lot of people do, but at the same time, those that do bother with it. Shelf behind me as well. Okay. I mean, even if you can't get a green screen, at least make the environment around the webcam look nice. That's always a good caveat, and that's pretty much what I've been doing even before I decide to get a green screen set up. If you do end up going for a green screen setup, I will say this. Get the Elgato green screen. It may be $150, but dang it, is it worth it. It's really heavy, and it's very wide, but it is really convenient as far as setup and disassembly is concerned. Like, seriously, it's so easy that even the caveman can do it. No, seriously, it's just a simple... Here, why don't I show you right now? Just simple push. And look, here's the environment. And there's the green screen. Simple as that. Plus, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. It's not too big, not bulky, but it does weigh 20 pounds. So it is pretty heavy to carry. And you also kind of have to leave it on the floor. You can't really stand it up on its side. It's not made to do that. Because of the way it works and everything. If you try to stand it up on its side, it'll just fall over. It's just the way it's designed. Which I'm perfectly okay with. I mean, I'm just keeping it on the floor anyway. Pretty background with things to look at. That's cool. Whatever floats your boat. I prefer the green screen setup because it honestly looks a lot nicer and really flows well with not only video production but also live streams as well. it makes them look a little more professional in my opinion. It just makes it so the creator or the streamer is just that much more immersive. Almost like they're actually there in the environment of which is taking place. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. Not everyone is into the green screen setup. And a little window in your webcam. Going to have to making your own layout. Hey, I did the same thing. I made my own layout as well for both Twitch. You know, the Twitch webpage at the bottom here, at the bottom of the stream. I made that on my own. Of course, I had some inspiration for its design currently. But as for this setup here for the actual streaming, actual live streaming, it was also inspired in a sense. It was mostly inspired by Madame Wario's setup. However, I threw my own spin on it. Usually when I'm inspired by something, I want to add my own spin to things. My own flavor, as you will. So, for example, I have the wooded texture, which should be representing a tree. And whenever someone types in chat, the text appears on the wood. That's just the way I like to roll. I like theming. Granted, before I even made the setup in the first place, it was pretty much nothing but gameplay. Just kind of like how my regular videos were. I mean, it works, don't get me wrong, but still. I just wanted to be able to stand out amongst the rest of the community here on Twitch and on YouTube as well. Make it look a little nicer. Give myself a little pizzazz, you know what I mean? Okay, 5 or higher. Strong initiative, sure. Let's go for it. I guess another thing we're pointing out, I opened the wrong door. Dang it. Well, whatever. At least I got rid of an unneeded map card anyway, so what does it matter? And it's the same sort of thing here, so here. 2 rooms for the price of 1. It's alright. Sometimes these mistakes happen, especially when you're not paying attention to your little mini-map. I mean, the mini-map itself is fairly useless in this game. Funny enough, the mini-map is like one of those features that were added with the remake of Chain of Memories. The only time when it was not in the original... What am I saying? The mini-map was not in the original Chain of Memories just due to the isometric view in which the game was placed in. And I gotta say, it was still a pretty dang impressive game for its time, and it's still impressive to this very day that a game like Kingdom Hearts was even able to be brought to the Game Boy Advance. Sure, many people thought the game was considered a spin-off, but that wasn't until they tried playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and finding out that many of the crucial plot elements that were missing in Kingdom Hearts 2 turned out to be answered here within Chain of Memories. Oh boy. Everyone loves the good old Kingdom Hearts conundrum. Am I right? Boy. Yeah, no one likes that. No one does, and it's been like this for every game in the series up to this point, including Kingdom Hearts 3. Just saying. Let's see. Just need one more room card and then we can be on our merry way. If you want to make most of this world, or any worlds that have this particular layout for the map, what I highly recommend doing is just simply going through each and every single room, wipe out all the Heartless, and just repeat over and over again until you are satisfied with your current level. Well, one thing I will definitely say, when it comes to the dueling system, I like it how everything freezes in time, except for you and the enemy who you're currently dueling. I like that. It's a very convenient thing. And it also adds to the immersion too, in my opinion. There we go. Give me that health. Kind of need it. Got it. I mean, it's not like it really matters all that much, but in the end it kind of does. Because the next room I'm going to try to create is going to be a save room, but then again, I don't know if the save room card meets the proper requirements or not. The only way to find out is to just go to the door and attempt to create the room. Get on over this! Dual slates are so overpowered, but damn it, is it fun. Is it fun to use or what? Didn't realize I missed out on some pretty valuable experience. Oops.
Your Majesty!
Help me, please. Thank you.
Take this!
There we go. Whew. Not too bad, folks. We're almost done here. We're almost done. Okay, cool. I can create a save room. Perfect. Alrighty. Let's get ready to rumble. Who's the boss here? Well, if you remember Sora's playthrough, he fought Hades. And that's exactly who we're going to be fighting here. Why is it that Riku fights Hades too? And why is my internet taking a frickin' dump? I don't have a clue. Okay, 30 in total for the store. Boom, boom. Boom. There we go. Perfect. All I needed was the almighty darkness. Oh god, my internet. My internet just took a shit. Oh dear. Looks like I lost my connection. Okay. Shoot. Internet? Panic basket. Crisis averted. I am not too sure what's going on here, but I'm gonna refresh my browser just so it's a little more caught up. Yeah, shut up about the room. I don't need to know about the room. Okay. Okay.
Take this!
Alright, let's continue.
Take that! Your Majesty!
Yeah, I didn't think that would work. Thank God for them iframes for Riku. That is for damn sure. As far as Hades is concerned, you can duel him. And I highly recommend that you do.
Take that! Take that! Feel the heat.
Okay, that'll work. Nice.
That's it. That's it.
Alright, here we go. Oh, come on! Man, how is Hades so freaking fast?
That's it. That's it.
Also, how the hell?
Take that. Take that. Take that. That's it.
Crap.
That's it.
Your Majesty!
Take that.
God damn it.
Take that. That's it.
Come on! That's bullshit! I used the 0 card. Why the hell didn't it count? Yeah. I've actually been back for a little bit. Oddly enough, I don't know why my internet just simply died on me, but hey, at the very least, the recorded version is still here. Okay.
Take that.
That'll work.
Yeah, this one's
Good old barrage. That was awesome.
Feel the heat.
As far as Hades is concerned, he is a pretty difficult freak to take out. And his slates are also very dangerous, like that, but thankfully, Riku's role is, well, it's so much better than Sora's role any day of the week, just due to the iframes in which the role gives you. It is so awesome.
This one's mine!
You know, when there's something funny, oh damn it. Earlier I was talking about the internet thing, having a couple of internet horror stories, as they were, but...
That's it.
Oh, come on.
That's it.
God damn it.
Take this.
Take this! I like it!
Wow! Alright, thank God for Overdrive, that's for sure. Phew! I gotta say, that was really, really hairy. And with that, Hades is ours. He's ours to command. I forget, what does he do again? Guess we'll find out. Right now, boost the power of attack cards when low on HP. Okay, that's not bad. Not a bad ability, but again, why does it only work when your HP is low? I honestly do not have a clue, but whatever. That's the way Hades works. And with that, we're finished. We are completely finished with this world. Another one down, on to the next one, which is Atlantica, the last world within this set. Going to get that world done really, really fast. At least I hope. However, if I remember correctly, the last world within this set, no matter which world you pick, is going to be the largest one and the longest to navigate through. I kind of said that earlier with Halloween Town, but turns out I was kind of wrong. Let's see what happens now. There's only one way to find out. On to the 4th floor.
Vexen is no more.
Yes, his scent is gone. Axel struck him down, something I find deplorable. Agents of the organization striking each other down.
Our problem is Sora. Vexen proved to be no match for him. Yet he's still under Naminé's control.
But we cannot eliminate Sora, can we?
Correct. For our superior, he is in dire need of the Hero of Light. When light loses sight of its path, we may find use for the dark. What we must do is obtain the darkness.
Riku, of course.
I wonder what that could mean. Definitely not a good sign, that's for sure.
Just one card left. If I get through this, will I be free of the darkness?
Well, all I can say about that is, sadly, no. You will never be free of the darkness. Hell, no one will ever be free of the darkness, because darkness and light is within everyone's heart. To banish one part of your heart in order to fully cherish another is a really bad way of maintaining balance. There has to be balance between light and dark. And, well, as much as people within the Kingdom Hearts universe hates darkness, it's something that must be dealt with. Whether fighting the darkness or just accepting it as part of today's culture. So anywho, that's enough talk about darkness and having to deal with it. Right now it's time to head through Atlantica as my internet decides to take yet another shit for no reason. Not too sure why it's been doing that today. Ugh, jeez. Okay, time for Atlantica. This particular world also kind of has like a problem with like card management, but at the same time it's not that bad. At least they give you some decent cards to work with while you're traversing through the world. And in this world, oddly enough, you are given the Dark Ball card, which upon activation you will initiate a duel no matter what the card is. And it's only effective for one reload. So essentially you kind of have to use it at the right time, like when your deck is at its fullest. If it's like nearly empty, then the enemy card isn't going to do you much good. How the Princesses of Heart, they have hearts of pure light. That may be true. Also, darkness is not necessarily evil. Just the light is not necessarily good. Yes, that is true. It is solely dependent on the user's intent. And as for the Princesses of Heart having nothing but pure light, there is still some darkness within their hearts. However, it's really, really faint, most likely. Because no one is like the absolute purest of the pure. There has to be some darkness in there. There has to be some. Not much. If anything, it's probably just a tiny little speck. But even so, it's still like the tiniest bit of darkness. Even within the purest of hearts. Damn it. Of course. The squid is like, hi, how are you? As soon as I wanted to heal, it's like, nope. You ain't healing today, boy. You gonna die. Oh, come on. Please. Fuck! Damn it! Mechanically stated they have no darkness in their hearts. None at all. Well, that's interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Well, unfortunately, we kind of have to start this room all over again due to getting our butts handed to us on a freaking silver platter. And we lost the level up we gained in here too, which is really, really bad. For fuck's sake. I guess in this case, sometimes it's not a bad idea to run if you absolutely have to. I was gonna say, if he breaks that, I swear to God, I'm gonna freak. There we go. There, that's what I was... Oh, I thought the battle was over. Clearly no. Now it's over. And a lore monkey. You're a lore monkey though, so don't mind me. Hey, I'm a bit of a lore monkey myself. Also, I just noticed that the green screen's kind of acting up. Again, this is just due to the sunlight, and for that I apologize. The sunlight, unfortunately, is shining through the curtains, and I really gotta get some new curtains. Some thicker curtains. I really do. Maybe I can ask Mom if she can get me some new curtains or something. Maybe next time we go out to Walmart or something. Or we can just look around, look on the online or something. Maybe we'll be able to find something. Because I really can't stand the random intervals of the sun shining through the curtains so brightly that it messes up my green screen. It's really annoying. But I can't exactly control the sun. I'm not exactly someone who can do that now, am I? Wish I could. But, no. Thankfully, most of the time, though, the sun does sit behind some clouds, and it's not, like, shining directly onto the green screen itself. But when it does shine through, it's annoying, and it's kind of bothersome. Well, it bothers me anyway. Some people may not even notice, not until I point it out. What can I say? We all have that little bit of OCD within us. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my work.
Your Majesty! Come on!
Here we go. Excuse me.
Like it!
Oh, come on. This is what got me killed last time, because these damn frickin' screwdrivers just kept breaking my cards over and over again, and then attacking me immediately after. God, I hate that crap. I really hate the fact that whenever a card is broken, okay, where the hell did that aqua tank go? How the hell did it just suddenly teleport? Perhaps it was pushed? There we go. There is another enemy card that we just gained here. And that enemy card is known as a Neon, I think? What does it do? I'm not too sure at this very moment. I guess I can find out real fast. Okay, random values. That's what it does. It randomizes the value of your cards. Alright. I'm alright with that, I guess. Okay, let's look at the map. Okay, as I said, the map is large. One of the largest in the entire game, but is it the largest? I remember it being bigger than it was. I remember it being much bigger. This one doesn't seem too bad. I only have to create a certain number of rooms at the absolute bare minimum. So, let's see. What should we use? How about you? I got 3 0 cards. Might as well. Okay. Next in line for the slaughterhouse, pretty please.
Take this.
Oh dear. I guess another thing we're pointing out is if you do happen to get your card broken by a screwdriver, try to roll away as quickly as you can. Though, granted, it doesn't always work. The reason why it doesn't always work is because of how quickly they attack, and whenever Riku's card is broken, he's vulnerable for quite some time. I think more so than Sora, at least by default. Then again, maybe it's just me. I'm not too sure how that works exactly. As far as navigating through Atlantica is concerned, it's honestly not that bad. Although I could use a nice little love from the House of Mouse right about now. That would be nice. Thank you. Thank you for the love, buddy. I really needed it. I was practically about to die. Again. And that's not something I'd like to see. One thing that I kind of miss from the first Kingdom Hearts game, I don't even remember if it told you this or not, but at the end of the first Kingdom Hearts game, when you received your battle report, it would tell you how many times you were defeated. Like, how many times did you die? I wonder why that was not given to you in this game. It's really strange. It's a strange kind of circumstance that, you know, it never made its appearance again. Perhaps the reason why they got rid of that report, you know, that part of the report, was because they didn't want to discourage players. You know, they didn't want to make them feel like they lack skill. Which happens, unfortunately, with some players, but I guess they just wanted to make it so it's not so demoralizing, like seeing how many times you were killed on your journey. Like saying, for example, you really struggled at one point and you're wondering how many times did you die to that one particular monster. And seeing that you died over 600 times to it, or at any point in your adventure, is kind of disheartening. Especially if you want to show off to your friends that, hey, I can play this game, and I'm actually pretty dang good. And here's my report to prove it. And then they look at your death counter and it's like, oh dear. Yeah, I don't think so. Perhaps that's the reason why they got rid of that, but it's just a guess. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, where should we go next? What card should we throw down? Let's see. I don't have too many cards that could theoretically give me an advantage. Wow, so many of these Looming Darkness cards. 11 of them. Why do I have so many of those particular cards? I don't get it. It makes no sense, but whatever. That's just part of the game. The RNG just loves to do that stupid stuff sometimes.
Out of my way. Just me. Get a load of this.
Get a load of this. Man, I love that.
Your Majesty.
Please help me. Thank you. excuse me. At this point now, this particular map, not necessarily with this world, but the map is going to take quite a bit of time to complete. As far as how long exactly, well, if you're doing the absolute bare minimum, it won't take very long at all. Really, it's not that bad. Also, internet, why? Why are you taking a dump again? What the hell? Alright, that'll work. Awesome. I guess one other thing I could mention as well is that whenever Riku does break an enemy card, he can really dish out the pain, unlike Sora, who can't necessarily do that too well. I haven't really mentioned yet about enemy target prioritization within this world. God damn it! There we go. Whew, that was pretty hairy. But other than that, not too bad. Wow, who knew that clam actually would be useful within the environment? I thought it would just jump around and just be a freaking idiot and be useless. No. I guess you shouldn't count out pieces of the environment. At least not all the time. There we go. Bye. Bye-bye. Well, okay, that didn't do as much damage as I thought. Mostly due to the fact that the enemies were in the air. Also, what the hell is that? There we go. Woo! Pretty close. But, hey, the power of darkness is strong within Riku. Really, really strong indeed. Thankfully, Riku has definitely learned a lot from his first outing with darkness in the first Kingdom Hearts game. And at this point, no, it's not that bad. In fact, I can say that later on, I think Riku can even weaponize darkness to work in his favor. More or less, but at the same time, he has to remember to use like self-restraint and control. Because darkness, as powerful as it is, can also be really, really dangerous. Oop. Also, another thing too, if you're annoyed by the constant beeping of the red alert, I apologize, there's nothing really much I can do about that at this very moment. Not until I can restore my health, which I did earlier, but even so, it can still be considered very annoying to deal with. Woo! Damn! You did, son! You did. Well, not really my intended target, but that totally works. Even though it looks like I was targeting a frickin' box again.
Like it. Your Majesty, come on.
Thank you.
Take this.
I will say this, Mickey is definitely your best friend when your HP is running low. Another card that can also be helpful for you is definitely the Oogie Boogie enemy card, because of the regen ability. Plus, it's not really one of those things that are tied to the number of reloads that are a part of your deck. Instead, it's more so tied to... It's tied to just a single timer. That's about it.
Come on.
Oh yeah, target prioritization when it comes to this world. Take out the aqua tanks as soon as you can. They're pretty high rollers. But hey, you can also use that to your advantage as well. Shit. Yo, Mickey, a little help over here?
Your Majesty! Come on!
Okay. I didn't know I could do that. I thought the Holy Burst Slate would activate. Guess not.
Take this! Your Majesty!
Okay. Guess I'll keep that in mind in the future. If I need a desperate heal for Mickey and his value card is complete other aids, just try to create just a random slate of one attack card, Mickey himself, and another attack card. Simple as that. Very simple. I like things that are simple. Simple and clean, as they were. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Unfortunately, we will have to make a turn in Albuquerque. Even so. Thankfully, this won't be too bad. At this point now, at least we can create the road necessary to get to the Conqueror's Reprisal for later. I think. It looks like this room just leads to a dead end. So, what am I even doing here? I guess the left path is the way to go to the Conqueror's Reprisal. So, whoops.
Like it! Your Majesty! Come on!
Oh well. Sometimes you may run into the situation of running into a dead end and not meaning to.
Your Majesty! Come on!
Come on!
Take this!
Come on, Blue Falcon! Oh dear.
Take this! Your Majesty! Come on!
Alright. There we go. Okay, this room, I gotta say, was kind of pointless. Well, you know what? No! No, it isn't. I misread the map. Oops. I don't know why I tend to do that.
Take this!
Sometimes it just happens. I just misread the map for some reason. Sometimes it's pretty difficult to tell, like, exactly where you're going on the map screen due to the, well, darkness. Because everyone loves the darkness. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, this is probably going to take the longest to complete due to the map size and the way the map is laid out. It'll take quite a bit of time to get through completely. Okay, 3 or above. This won't be too bad. Let's... You know what, sure, let's create a safe room right here. Sure, it may not be the most ideal of locations, but it'll be one that'll be useful. It's useful nonetheless. A save room is always useful. What the heck am I saying? Am I really saying that it's not the most useful thing in the world? Well, it depends on how you look at things. Okay, excuse me. Alright, one is all we need. And I got so many of these dang black fungi room cards, it's not even funny. Kind of like how I had all my darkness cards. Oh well, it's fine. I can just simply run straight through everything. Boop. And ignore everyone. That's really the best way of getting through. 5 or above. Let's go with this. Bottomless darkness because, well, it's a nice big open room filled with darkness, but at least it only has shadow enemies to worry about here. And also, it's flat. You don't need to worry about anything whatsoever. You don't need to worry about obstacles. And the enemy variety, all you need to worry about is that you're fighting shadows here. I find it kind of odd how we're fighting shadows under the sea. How is that even possible? I didn't even know that Heartless like these can swim. Well, technically, they're not even swimming. Neither are we. But still, it's funny to point out little oddities like that anyway. Okay, is this the right door? I have a feeling it's not. And even if it isn't, I can always just backtrack and try the other door.
Take this. Come on.
Like I said before, the little mini-map on the top right-hand corner of the screen, it can be considered really, really useless. It's just not all that useful, and there's no way to turn it off either. And even if you could turn it off, you would probably do some sort of arbitrary combination of buttons or something. Then again, I haven't even attempted to try to turn off the mini-map. I don't even know if it's possible. I don't think it is. Okay. I think this is the room I need to go to, so glad I took another look at the map and the mini-map. Okay, for this room, what should we use? How about you? Good old, reliable, tranquil darkness. Whatever. It's nice. The room itself is not too big, there's not too many Heartless, and it's a very small room too, so what can I say? It's a small world after all. Speaking of which, I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I heard that the Small World ride is actually being removed from Disney World, and instead it's being replaced with something related to Frozen or something, or it's something else, or some other Disney IP. Either way, it's... Oh my god, come on! Let me fight, damn it! Jeez, what a pain in the ass. Finally, at least I was able to get somewhere. Ah, kind of a bad time to activate dark mode. Didn't even realize my DP was already about maxed out. Oops. Okay, next room. All we need here is just an 8 or above. 8, a 9, or a 0. You. Figured, let's create yet another small room. Just because the boss door is right here. And all we need now is just to complete the boss, and then we'll be on our way. And the boss for this place is none other than Ursula once again. However, Ursula herself is not going to be easy. Oops. That'll work. Also, why did my attack just suddenly stop? What the hell? Please help. Thank you. I really needed the hand, that's for sure.
Darkness!
Damn it! Frickin' dark mode at the worst possible time. Whatever. I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Take this!
As far as how long do enemies sleep is concerned, they don't sleep for very long. I think for about 5 seconds. 5 seconds maximum. And you can wake them up sooner just by simply whacking on them.
Your Majesty!
Level up. Nice. Perfect timing for that too, because we're about to face Ursula again. Who knew that we would be fighting the Sea Witch again? But anyway. Oh, god damn it. Still missed. No, don't target the Sea Neon. We need to take out the Aqua Tank first. That's our highest priority. Damn it! Damn it! Still missed that? Ho ho ho! That was one hell of a show. Quite excellent, Riku. Oh my god, are you serious? Seriously, screw the frickin' diver. Screw diver. Okay, I'll shut up now. But seriously though, screw that guy. The guy sucks. He's mean, he's nasty and cruel. I hate him. How did I miss that? No clue. Whatever. It's alright. I can deal with it. Boom, baby. And one more. One more for the road, because why the hell not? Might as well try to get a little more experience out of this, am I right? Speaking of experience, I haven't exactly been doing a good job of getting said experience. One thing I definitely don't like about Holy Burst is that it has such a short duration that it's not even funny. Like, seriously, it only lasts for about 2 seconds. So it's not exactly enough time to really make use of the ability. So, in other words, what's even the point of using it? Well, there is a point, especially if you're completely surrounded by enemies. But other than that, there really is no other point. Okay. Just wanted to refresh the room, just so we're ready to go. Alright, 5 or below. Very easy here. Boom. And done. Okay, time to fight Ursula! And let me tell you, Ursula's not going to be very easy to take down. Even with Riku's power, it's still not going to be an easy fight. That's for sure. Funny enough, as of this point, Riku has not even heard of Ursula or really mentioned her at all.
Get ready for
Okay, the general strategy when it comes to Ursula is to try to break every card that she has And once dark mode is unleashed... Okay, that'll work. If you can execute a duel against Ursula, go for it. Also, what the hell was that? Seriously.
This won't be. Get ready for this. Slippery.
At this point now, after you take out the tentacles of Ursula, this is the time where you want to execute your duels, if you can, but a lot of times you're not going to be able to. The only way to really wail on her and get some damage in is to execute the odd duel every now and again, and like I said, just break every card that Ursula throws at you to the best of your ability. Unleash your 0 cards at the right time, and doing so will be nothing but beneficial. Wow, I'm surprised I even got away with that. When Ursula's HP starts to get low, she will try to do that thunder breath-like attack, and when that happens, you want to break the card before it even initiates. Oh, what a way to go! What a way to finish! Wow, I definitely made that a lot easier than it seemed. That's for sure. But really, it's not the most difficult fight in the world, but at the same time, it's not easy either. Kind of middle of the road. All that is required for the fight is definitely time, patience, and timing. And with that, we're done. We are completely done with Atlantica. 110 freaking% done. Finally. We no longer have to worry about this place ever again. At least until future Kingdom Hearts titles, that is. But, of course, we still gotta make our way back. Which will take not too long, actually. Maybe about a minute or two, at the most. Yeah, see? We're already here. Perfect timing. This is why, in my honest opinion, it's always wise to try to create a path to the Conqueror's Reprise room as soon as you possibly can, and afterwards, head for the boss, and then head right on back through. Afterwards, you're done. You don't need to do much of anything else. Alright, let's see what happens now.
That scent. You're another one of those nobodies.
You've done well thus far. But to possess your powers and yet fear the darkness, what a waste.
I do not fear it.
I sense that you do. You're also capable of controlling the darkness. Cast away your useless fear. Open your heart. Embrace the darkness.
And if I say no?
Then you lose both light and darkness. And disappear. I, Lexius, will not yield to the frail heart of an infantile coward. Now, stop resisting. And let the darkness in.
Alright folks, time to fight Lexius! Or whatever the hell his name is. Anywho, this guy is an absolute joke. Reason is because he is a high roller through and through, but he will deal quite a huge sum of damage if you let him. and that's not something you want to do. So the strategy for this fight is this. Duel him to death.
Try your best.
Duel this guy to death. And whatever attack cards he throws down, throw down your own cards and unleash hell. And like I said before with dueling, spam, spam, spam until the freaking cows come home.
Just give up.
What I mean about this guy being a high roller is that he primarily uses 7s, 8s, and 9 cards for each and every single card that he throws down. And that ultimately can be his greatest downfall.
Power has no limit.
This one's mine!
Since he's a high roller, dueling him is pretty easy. Just wait for the right cards to show up
Give up.
and dodge when you need to.
Darkness, give me power.
Alright, wait for the 9 or something.
Can't run.
Of course it's 6.
Just give up.
His attacks are also pretty easy to dodge. Oh damn. But they do hit like a truck if you're not careful. Ah, crap. Whew. I'm surprised that even went through. That usually doesn't.
Your Majesty!
Can't run.
Ah, crap.
Try your best.
Where's my
Just
9?
give up.
God damn it.
Power has no limit.
Well, so much for this guy being a joke.
Can't run.
Freaking RNG.
Just give up.
Just me! This one's...
Okay, never mind. Phew, that was pretty close. Like I said, he's a joke just due to the fact that the duel system even exists. However, I never actually fought him in the Game Boy Advance version, and even if I did, he would probably be a lot harder to fight without the duel system. That's for sure. As for what we should raise this time, HP.
You're finished!
Don't mock me.
Ow!
You were too much trouble.
Uh-oh. Darkness is completely leaking out of Riku. What the hell's happening now? Oh! Damn!
Too slow.
Wow.
Or the superiors. Forgive me, Zexion. This was a fight I should not have started.
Well then, it looks like Riku is slowly yet surely embracing and accepting the power of darkness.
I see you now. Clearly.
Huh? Lexius?
Riku. I can see your heart.
No, it's not. Darkness this foul could only be...
That's it. Remember me. Let me drift into your heart.
Ansem!
You called out my name.
You have been thinking about me. You're afraid of the darkness I command. Good. The more you think of me, the closer my return draws. And when I have awoken, I will take hold. Your heart will be mine!
Riku, fight! Don't let him win!
Of course, Mickey. What do you think I'm trying to do?
Your Majesty!
You meddlesome king!
Oh. Well, that was fun. I wonder what's going to be happening now.
The king. He protected me. Your Majesty? Where are you? Please answer!
Still not here. But he is always within our heart.
You're with me, aren't you?
Of course. Well, this is quite the conundrum. We have no more world cards. We weren't given any. And there's still a ways to go in Castle Oblivion. Alright, let's see what Lexius's card is like. Obliterates enemies with the finishing blow of a combo with a high success rate. Limit is 50 attacks. And my god, I love that freaking card a lot.
Lexius is gone as well.
Vexen, Larxene, Lexius. I wonder who will be next in line.
I thought perhaps it might be you.
Me? No way. I already took my pounding from Sora. He thinks I'm done for good. Nope. I think it'll be Marluxia next. For defying the organization and targeting Sora. I hope he moves exactly as his heart commands him to. So, what about you? I thought you guys had plans for Riku.
Yes, we were going to set him off against the traitors. But with Marluxia gone, there is no more need. He is nothing but a nuisance now.
And he's dangerous as well. After all, he took down Lexius.
You know, that is not how I do things. Tell me, did you obtain the data on Riku's home?
The data on Riku's home. Whatever could he mean by... Whoa! Shit is going down!
What? One of the senses died. A really strong one. Huh?
I think that sent
The keeper
Sora.
of this castle, Marluxia, has just been felled by the Keyblade Master.
Keyblade. You mean Sora? Sora is here?
Yes. Want to see him? But can you face him?
What's that mean?
The world of darkness and Ansem Shadow still nest within your heart. Do you plan to face Sora like that? Are you not ashamed? Sora's fate is to battle the darkness. He must oppose anyone who hosts the dark. In other words, it's you.
You're full of crap, you know that?
If you don't believe the words I say, then you had best see the truth with your own eyes.
This card. This is our...
Yes. It is your home.
Wow, way to give us a free world card. And that world card is none other than Destiny Islands. And Destiny Islands is another world which we will be taking on in this session. We may be up 2 hours and 41 minutes into the session, but I feel like going again. Going out and taking on yet another world. I feel like I could take on just about anyone. But let's not get overconfident because pride comes before a fall. And I know we've fallen several times throughout this entire session. But anywho, let's explore Destiny Islands and see what it has to offer. And see what they mean about the data within Riku. I never thought I'd miss the island winds so much. There was a time I couldn't wait to get off this rock. And now I'm acting all relieved. It's like they say, you don't know what you got until it's gone. It's that? Is that? Hey! How the hell did we end up down there? What's with you guys? I don't think I've ever seen the three of you so quiet. What? Is there something on my face? Guys! Whoa! They're merely illusions. What the hell is that about? Why is that even a thing? What's going on? Well, there's only one real way to find out, and that is to go through Destiny Islands. Funny enough, Destiny Islands is the only other world in the game that actually has a story involving Riku. And once again, this world is relatively small. It's mostly a circular path. And if anything, we can always just do the bare minimum, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Just so that way we can get through here as quickly as possible. Now, when it comes to this particular world, your deck is gonna be relatively low. Almost as low as Neverland, what? Almost as low as Wonderland, though not quite as low. It's gonna be filled with mostly cards like 3s, 4s, 6s, 1s, 3s, you know, cards of very low value. So, once again, slates and duels are your friends. However, you do have a large number of cards that you have to work with, and it will take quite a bit of time to get through all the cards. So, once you initiate a duel, it's highly recommended to just simply reload your deck immediately after. That way you can have plenty of cards for your next duel. Almost like we're playing Duel Monsters here, but not quite. Not quite as much. Okay. I wonder what the highest amount of attack Riku can have. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 50. I don't really know for sure. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. It's been quite a while since I last played. Damn it. Missed out on the duel. Screw it. Huh, okay, that'll work. Perfect.
Your Majesty! Come on!
Wow! A kill? No. Not only a kill, but a double kill from King Mickey. You don't see that every day. That is incredibly rare. It really is, because Mickey normally doesn't kill Heartless. In fact, he only deals like a small amount of damage to each and every Heartless that he stuns. But, other than that, it's quite a rarity to see him actually kill something. And again, he probably has killed plenty of other Heartless without me even noticing. Okay, what should we put here? I mean, it's the start of the circle of life, as they say. Okay, you. Excuse me. Alright. I guess another card that is very, very valuable to use while you're on Destiny Islands is Lexaeus' card. Because of its high success rate of completely killing an enemy after you finish your combo, it's highly recommended that you even use it. Plus, you can get the same amount of experience each time you use the card anyway, so by all means, go nuts. The only thing about it, though, is that it's not very useful against bosses. In fact, it's useless against them. But against regular enemies, you're perfectly fine. Bye. Bye. Man, I love that so much. What I don't like is targeting a frickin' bush when I wanted to attack the frickin' dark ball. Whatever. Why am I not using this? Whatever. You're done. Okay. Alright. That was quick. Since Lexaeus has the ability to completely destroy an enemy upon a combo finish, no matter how much HP they have, it's like inflicting death on them upon a combo finish. It's really, really powerful. However, I think the CP cost, if you want to use it with Sora, is really, really high. If I want to guess how much it is exactly, I think it's 99 CP. 99 CP in order to equip and use it. Wouldn't that have been nice to have while exploring Castle Oblivion during Sora's story, but hey, those things happen sometimes, unfortunately. Okay. Room's all cleared out. We're good to go. Ready to move on? Oh yeah. It's highly recommended when you're going through Destiny Islands is to approach this circle from the left. Go to the left and just create whatever rooms are necessary until you reach the boss door. And when you're reaching the room with the boss door, what you should do is just create a save room just before that door. Trust me, you want to do that. Oh, hi there. Prepare yourself. You don't see that every day with shadows wielding 8s and crap. 8 crazy nights. Why did I bring up a bad Adam Sandler movie? What the hell? Damn it. That'll work. Bye. I'm surprised that even worked. Strange that we didn't get another one of those roulette room cards. Oh well. I'm okay with it. Whatever. It's not like map room cards are really going to be sparse anyway, so what does it matter? It does matter quite a bit. Damn it! That was bad. Really, really bad. When it comes to enemy prioritization in this world, I can't really give any sort of advice. Just, I I guess go for the trumpet enemies as soon as you see them and take them out as soon as you can. And if you possibly can, use the Alexius enemy card to its fullest potential and completely annihilate everyone that you see. Plus, there's no penalty for using the card in the first place. It can only really benefit you. And the success rate of completely warping an enemy out of the battle arena is incredibly high. Damn it! Well, better the shadow enemy than, God forbid, something extremely powerful that can take out a huge chunk of my HP in one fell swoop. There we go. Alright. Better reload the room just in case. You never know. You never know if a random enemy is just going to show up out of nowhere and just wreck your face. This is a good idea and a very good tactic if you are running a little low on HP and you're nearly about on death's doorstep. Wow, triple kill. That'll work.
Get a load of this.
Bye.
Your Majesty, come on.
Thank you. Oh, another level up already. That is amazing, and that is freaking awesome. DP up. Haven't increased that in quite some time. Okay, what's next? Okay, room number 2. Oh, I hit the frickin' circle button by accident. I hate it when I do that. It's really weird. I seem to have this strange problem of transitioning between a PlayStation 4 controller and using a Nintendo Switch Pro controller-esque kind of setup. Because the A button is where the circle button is on the PlayStation 4, and the B button is where the X button is. Not sure why I have that problem, but it's a problem nonetheless. It's annoying, and it sucks.
Like it. Like it.
There we go.
Take this. Darkness.
Okay. Dark mode, eh? Yep. No reinforcements for you. We do not want that now. Nobody wants that reinforcements.
Take this.
Definitely don't need that now, that's for sure. I keep forgetting to use the Alexius card at the start of battle. Why is that? Probably because I'm just so used to button mashing at everyone I fight here in Riku's story. I mean, button mashing has gotten me pretty far, so why the heck not? Am I right? Come on! Let me hit you, for Christ's sake! God damn it. That was shit. Jesus. God, it's like he broke every single freaking card I threw at him. That was annoying. Absolutely annoying. Oh well. Sometimes the enemies just like to go rogue and just be like, yeah, no, I'm not taking your crap. F you.
Your Majesty, come on.
I ain't taking crap from nobody.
Take this.
See what I did there? Okay.
Come on. Out of my way.
Ooh, yeah. Triple kill. Man, I love that so much. There is one other thing I haven't mentioned yet in this stream, and that is I've updated my wish list as far as donations are concerned. I had added several new games, and I even added a 4K television to the wish list. So when and if you would go to make a donation, and you essentially buy me an item, well, you'll see a lot more items now. How many exactly? Well, it's not the largest catalog of items out there, but it's still a pretty decent number. Okay, this room I need to make it a safe room. 5 or higher. Just got it. As far as the criteria opening up the boss door, it shouldn't take too much. It really shouldn't take too much to open up the door. Okay, let's find out now. Okay, 7 or higher for the green. Perfect. Boom. And done. Perfect timing for that, too. Alright, here we go. Kairi! What are you doing here? Hey, Kairi, are you... an illusion, too? Ugh. No! Surely you knew this would happen. You've been to a number of worlds in your memory before this one. And in those worlds you met only dark beings. That's all that's left in your heart. Dark memories. Your memories of home are gone, each and every one. That's a lie! I remember everyone from this island. Titus, Selphine, and Waka, Kairi, and Sora, too. They're my closest friends. And who threw away those friends? Maybe it's your own actions that you've forgotten. You destroyed your home. Funny enough, he's right.
Huh? Huh? This is... that night!
All of the islands you grew up on were sundered, scattered. Many hearts were forever lost to the darkness. Because of what you did! You hated being an islander, so you opened the door to darkness and destroyed the islands. It was you! You were pulled into the darkness then, and now you belong to the darkness. You should look. Look at what you truly are!
Oh my. Alright folks, it's time to fight Darkseid. This can't be who I really am. Trust me, it isn't. It's something far greater. So Darkseid essentially works the same way as before. Which card? You. Same way as back when you fought him with Sora. Just wait for him to do his fist attacks. And if you can duel him, go for it.
This one's mine.
Dueling him will deal quite a large sum of damage against him.
Come on.
That is if you can manage to win the duel, which is pretty easy to do. The thing is, though, when you do duel him, you're not going to be dealing like the most amount of damage you possibly could, unfortunately. That'll work. The only real way to really deal damage by means of dueling is... Wow, okay. That was convenient. That's not convenient. That's not convenient. Damn it. I hate that. Sometimes the floatiness of Riku can cause him to not only appear behind the enemy, but it can really just throw you off completely, ruining your combo opportunities.
This one's mine. Just me.
All right, sure, let's duel.
Out of my way.
Oh yeah.
Take this. Like it.
Perfect timing to execute this. Although the camera is not exactly helping me right now. Unfortunately, the camera can be a bit of a pain in the freaking ass. But other than the bad camera occasionally, Darkseid is really easy to take down. And so with that, he is done. No longer need to worry about him whatsoever. Yay! He's finished. And with his defeat, we got his enemy card. What? Sora?
Sora!
The hell is he doing here? Well, unlike some of the other bosses whom we fought at this point, you can actually go back and make a retreat if you need to, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. And the reason why is so that way I can go back, save progress again, and heal myself completely before I fight Sora. Because yeah, we're going to be fighting Sora. Why are we going to be fighting Sora? I have no clue. I mean, isn't he the one who's been trying to look for us the entire time? I mean, what the hell's going on here? Why is he not answering to our calls, our plea? Well, you will soon see why.
Sora, it's me. Oh! What?
Damn it, Sora! Why are you doing
Stop
this?
it, Sora! Don't you recognize me? Yeah, I recognize you. I can see exactly what you've become.
Ooh, damn! When the hell could Sora do that?
How did the light hurt you? Riku, have you really become a creature of the dark? You're not Riku anymore. You're just a pawn of the darkness. So be it. It's time for you to face the light!
Oh my! What the hell is Sora doing? What is this place?
I'm fading. Fading away. Into the light.
You won't fade.
What?
You
Kairi?
can't fade. There's no power that can defeat you. Not the light, not the dark. So don't run from the light.
And don't fear the darkness, because both will make you stronger.
Make me stronger? Darkness too?
Yeah, strength that's yours. The darkness inside your heart, it's vast and it's deep. But if you can, truly stare into it and never try to look away, you won't be afraid of anything again.
All this time I've tried to push the darkness away.
You've got to just remember to be brave. Know that the darkness is there and don't give in. If you do that, you will gain strength. The kind that's unlike any other. You'll be able to escape the deepest darkness.
And I'll be able to see through the brightest light.
Follow the darkness. It'll show you the way to your friends.
Can I face them?
You don't want to?
You know I do. Of course. And I will. With my strength. My dark strength. Darkness!
Impossible!
Oh, so that wasn't the real Sora after all.
How is it that you found me when you were there in the light?
You reek of darkness. Even the light can't block the smell. I guess I followed the darkness right to you.
This is absurd. Then I shall make you see that your hopes are nothing. Nothing but a mere illusion!
Really now? You really think that my hopes and my dreams are nothing but mere illusions? Bite me and call me Sally, damn it! Anywho, throughout this entire fight, this guy is gonna be incredibly annoying. And he's also going to be really, really difficult to fight due to the fact that throughout the course of the fight, you will slowly yet surely lose your cards. And whenever you do lose cards, well, then your entire deck is scrambled. And the only way to get him back is to continuously deal damage to him or duel him into frickin' oblivion. I'm surprised that even worked, considering how limited my deck truly is right now. Alright. Awesome! Strange. He's giving me experience mid-boss fight? That's really weird. That usually doesn't happen. Damn it. I think the only way to get rid of this cyclone is to break his card or wait for its duration to end completely.
Looks like I have enough. Your Majesty! Time's
up. Also, that burst attack is very, very helpful. Oh, ooh.
What is this?
Awesome! Got most of my deck back. Oh, damn it. Ooh, that was weird. I got a strange new Keyblade card and yet it hurt me? That's weird. Perhaps the Keyblade card which was given to me was one of those false ones.
Looks like I have
This particular boss fight can be a major pain in the ass due to... Come on! I gotta do something here! Okay, I guess in order to get out of that situation, you have to break his cards. another thing I haven't mentioned yet is that the... crap. Mickey! God damn it! Why did the House of Mouse fail me? God damn it. Well, that was lame. Oh well, let's try this again. I believe this time I'll have better luck. Another thing I haven't mentioned yet is that Riku is going to be in his dark form for the entirety of the fight.
You should share your
Damn it. Fine. Fine. Whatever. I don't care.
Looks like I have enough.
Which card was it? Shit, what did I want to use? This one? I don't remember. Oh, crap. Well, I'm screwed. I think, yeah, that was a bad idea. I'm completely dead. I have no cards left. Okay, so don't go crazy with the slates in this fight. Yeah, just don't go spamming slates left and right, because if you do, you will run out of cards and you will be completely screwed. You'll just be a sitting duck with no chance to defend yourself in any way, shape, or form. In my honest opinion, this boss fight is definitely one of the hardest in the entire game. And rightfully so, because we are just about finished. We're just about finished with Riku's adventure finally. God, I hate this guy so much because he not only can take away your cards, but can scramble your deck very easily, just like that, every time he takes away some cards. Hope this works out. Nope. Fucked. I'm fucked! Absolutely fucked. He took away all my high-valued cards.
Looks like
and all my zeros, too. Yeah, I'm dead.
See my illusions.
Seriously, I hate this freaking guy.
Take this.
God damn it. I really hate the fact that it's so damn slow to freaking navigate through your cards. Like, ugh, it just takes way too goddamn long. Especially when you're trying to pull an enemy card and use it against him.
Go.
Oops, wrong card. This is what I wanted to use.
You should share your powers.
I guess when it comes to this attack, just keep dodging and pray to God that the card ends up on a 0. Okay, that was surprising. God damn it. Every time. Always take away my goddamn zeros. That'll work. At least I hope it will. Which doesn't work. Never mind. I guess I just gotta believe in myself a little more.
You should share your powers.
Ooh. He's almost there. Almost dead. There we go. Whew. Okay, so utilize the overdrive ability of which the Maleficent card will give you. Use that and just do whatever means necessary to break every card that he uses. And if he manages to execute a slate, use a 0 card as fast as you can. And with that, you should be able to hold your own in the fight without too much issue.
After all your protests, you're still like us on the side of darkness.
I know who I am.
When did that happen? You were always terrified of the dark before.
Not anymore!
And so Zexion is no more. And what did we gain in return? His enemy card and a greater understanding of the power of darkness. In fact, at this point, Riku pretty much embraces it. He embraces the darkness and accepts that it's there and it can be used as a weapon. And I gotta say, it's truly amazing. Okay, I meant to pull up the map. Okay, just 2 rooms is all we need. Okay, 9 or 0. Ooh. Okay, what should we use here? How about this? I know we still got a little bit of ways to go, and I know I'm over the 3-hour mark by about 20 minutes. But that's okay. We may be over the mark by about 30 minutes, but that's okay. As soon as we get out of here and face the next boss and defeat them, we will call it a stream. Attack up. There you go. Raising attack again, because, well, we kind of need that attack power. Ooh. Confuse Strike. So Zexion's card, how that works, for 50 attacks, you can strike the enemy and it could theoretically confuse them. It can confuse them if you manage to hit them. God damn it.
Your Majesty! Time's up!
Wow, that was fast. Just needed to execute one more hit, but of course that frickin' tornado step was like, no. No, no, no. And he kept slapping me across the frickin' face. Fourth Break is still the superior card for this world, in my opinion, even after getting the Zexion card. I'm just saying. I mean, sure, Zexion does have his use, and I don't remember how much CP is required to equip his card in Sora's story. If I have to guess once again, it's probably around 50 or 75. 50 or 75 CP. Oh, God. Let me go into frickin' dark mode, you ass. Thank you. Jesus. Whatever. At the very least, we're almost done here. Just gotta make our way to the exit now. which should be a relatively smooth ride. Now that the boss has been defeated, there's really no reason to stick around here. Really isn't. Riku has no additional memories when it comes to Destiny Islands, so no other story elements are really necessary here. I'm surprised I even managed to get that off, to be honest. Because the number of cards required... There we go. Whew. Another close call. At this point now, after we finish up Destiny Islands, like I said, we're going to be ending today's recording session. And, well, okay, why did I say recording session when I meant to say today's play session? Oh, jeez. I was trying to say, after we're done here, and we end today's session, we'll be that much closer to finishing this game. Like, really, really close. Like, so close, we can almost taste it. Because as of this point now that Destiny Islands is clear, there's only 2 worlds left.
Your Majesty, come on!
After we finish up the next world, which will be like one of the hardest ones yet, due to the boss alone. And then the final world will be, of course, Castle Oblivion, the remaining floor. But of course, we'll cross that path when we get to it, which will be in the next session. I'm not signing out right now, because we still need to finish up this place completely. In other words, we still need to get to the exit. Still need to get to the exit and just simply leave. Every time he breaks the card, he automatically hits me.
Come on! Like it!
Alright. Sure. You wanna dance, boy? Okay. I'm down. I'm game. Alright. Just about done with this room. Still got a few more Heartless to take out. Afterwards, we can be on our way. Huh, okay. That was unexpected, but I'll gladly take it and laugh all the way to the frickin' bank. Phew! Just finished that by the skin of my frickin' teeth. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. That was unexpected. Yay! Finished the battle that much sooner. There we go. Oh, damn it! Didn't initiate the duel in time. That'll be fine. Boom! Boom, baby. Boom. Damn it. Well, that was some unnecessary damage, that's for sure. But whatever. I think we're about finished. Then again, there may be another... Okay. Alrighty then. You know what, just to be safe, boom. Another save room just before the Conqueror's Reprisal. Sure, it's not really necessary. And it's kind of a throwaway at this point, but I just wanted to quickly get out of here as quickly as possible. And getting out of here is a pretty simple task. Sure, there is quite a large amount of jumping required in order to get through, but whatever, it's okay. Not too much further. Alright. Let's see what happens now. Huh, nothing here, but maybe there's something on at the very top of the stairs. Huh, so Zexion is still alive.
What is he? No one's ever worn the darkness the way that he does. It's impossible.
Oh my, it's the Riku replica in Axel.
Oh yes, the replica, of course. We can use this Riku to defeat the real one. Axel?
Wouldn't you like to be real? All you need is the kind of power that the real Riku doesn't have. If you can get that, you can be a new person, not Riku, nor anybody else. You won't just be a copy of someone, you will be unique, your own self.
Axel! What are you saying to him?
You know, he's as good a place to start as any.
You can't do this! No!
Oh my!
So sorry, Zexion. You just found out way too much.
Ooh. Axel, Axel, you clever son of a gun.
Riku. Riku.
Who's there?
I know you can feel it. The grip that I have on your heart.
Huh?
You have led in the darkness, Riku. That means very soon your heart shall become an all-consuming darkness.
I'm not like that now.
Yes, you are.
Can't move.
Oh dear.
The deeper the darkness runs inside you, the stronger I become. Controlling you is effortless.
Mickey!
Must you interfere again?
I love that reaction.
Ooh, sure glad I made it in time. That ought to keep Ansem busy for a while.
Huh?
Hey, Mickey! You're not an illusion. You're actually here.
Sorry I couldn't come here sooner, Riku.
Your Majesty, is it you?
Uh-huh. Whoa! That tickles!
How so? He's just gripping his face.
This time, you're not an illusion. I'm so glad that you can make it here.
I made a promise to you that I would find a way, didn't I? Oh.
I'm okay. Don't worry. Guess I'm just relieved. I've been alone so long that having someone else around is a little overwhelming. But, how did you make it here? I thought it was too far.
I found a card to help me. I needed a way out of the realm of darkness. And then suddenly this card appeared right in front of me. When I picked it up, I could see your heart beyond the darkness. That's what let me find you. I guess the card thought its place was to be with you.
Thanks, Mickey. You're a real pal.
Maybe you were right.
And so with that, we gained the Twilight Town card. And Mickey is now on our side, physically this time too. The power of light should keep Anson locked up for a while. Thanks, buddy. And like I said, I'm ending this play session now. And the reason we've been going on for well over 3.5 hours now, and now is a good stopping point. Because in the next play session, we're probably going to be finishing up this game completely. At least that's my plan, and that's what I'm hoping to do. So anyway, this is General Snivy with Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain of Memories. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, or if you enjoyed this live stream, great. Please remember to leave a like if you're on YouTube. Next time, the possible finale of Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain of Memories. We're approaching the endgame for Riku and his story, and after we finish his story up, I'll be showing off what you get for 100% completion, and yeah, it'll be a really fun time, and I'm really looking forward to bringing this game to a close. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this stream, and I will see you all next Saturday for the next one. Bye!